Fear is an intensely unpleasant emotion in response to perceiving or recognizing a danger.
In November 1999, somewhere in South America, a woman named Anna got lost under strange circumstances. The facts are that she left her work heading home. Next, you will personify Anna to be able to rebuild what happened.
Okay, so we're doing some sort of crime scene reconstruction. Okay, do I get to run someone over in the process? That sounds like fun. Interact and zoom. Right, kitty out. Is that me? Is that part of me, or is that just the seat? No, I think that's part of the seat, given that I can turn around and see something. Right, okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to something called Stay With Me, an alien abduction story. Right, what was this telling me I could interact with? The door, presumably. Goodness. How spooky. Right then. So apparently this game has a number of different endings depending on what you do. Yes, it's alright, I can work that much out on my own. I can't work much else out on my own, for I am quite stupid. But, certainly too stupid to have a license plate on my car that might make things, you know, like vaguely legal. Alright then, let's get out and see if we can find what we hit. What poor creature's life did we end so violently?
But how did it get here?
How did the voice acting get so quiet in comparison to the voice acting we had earlier? Afternoon? Subtle. I like it. I don't know. What could it be? I think it's a, let's have a look. I think it's somebody reconstructing the Eiffel Tower after it fell over. Yes, that must be what it is. Definitely not aliens. Right. Am I to continue going this way? No, there is an invisible barrier here. I am clearly not meant to go this way. Alright then. Let's get back in the car. I don't know how my backpack got out of the car. Unless I ran over a thief who had stolen it earlier. I don't know. Oh, that was just the beginning. Some nice spooky music. Oh, goodness. Cannot see where I'm going. Going to have another accident at this rate.
Where am I?
I don't know. I might need to get out again. Oh, all the electricals in my car seem to have died. Turn the key on. Yes. Or try at least.
Please, turn on. Okay, I guess I shall go outside.
Should we? I don't feel like we should. I feel like I don't know what that was that I just picked up, but I suppose I'm taking it with me. For better or for worse. Alright then. Let's see what we can find. Alright. I have my light. And I can't see any aliens, at least not yet. I did mistake that branch for the face of an alien peeking out. But, let's have a wee nosy in the local area and see what we can find. Might be a good idea to take a look. What, in here? In this dirty, dingy-old barn?
Another place to enter.
Okay. Or maybe it's locked, and it wouldn't be a good idea to enter because that would involve breaking and entering. I feel like we've committed enough crimes at the moment. What? Oh, can I crouch? No, but I can click and the game will do it for me. Well, that's good, because I'm a bit too incompetent to bend my own knees. I'm glad I've got someone to look after me and do it for me. Okay then, so where is the other entrance? Is there one over here on the side? Possibly. The light gets very small when you're up close to things, making it rather difficult to see what's going on sometimes. Alright, yeah, proof in the pudding. There is nobody here. Indeed, it's shockingly dark.
I feel so sleepy.
Why feels you're not telling me I need a nap? Really? I'm gonna take a nap in this in Michael Myers' den? Okay. Alright, fine, I guess we're having a little snoozy. Yep, and here's Michael. He's very cross that I have parked my arse in his bed. I'm not dead yet, which is surprising. The SCART lead connecting my eyes to my brain is a little bit wonky.
What was that?
What, you mean that bucket falling
I better
over?
get out of here.
So the person's smacking on the door, then breaking in, and then taking something and leaving. That doesn't worry you, but a bucket falling over does.
A phone?
You have an interesting set of priorities. Alright then. Perhaps he was dropping something off instead of taking something away. Alright then. Who wishes to communicate with me?
Honey, where are you? Hello? Honey? Shit!
Put the phone down. Right, giddy on. There's
I
odd
will
things that
find
you can do in this
I
game.
swear.
Okay, so somebody came along and boarded up this bit of the window that I tried to escape by. Or that I came in by, rather. So, that's going to sort of screw up my plan to escape. Can I leave from the front door this time? Yes, I can. And we can have this spooky opening the door in the void animation that I still haven't figured out where it's from yet. Alright then. These loading screens are slightly too long. Just slightly too long to make me worry that the game has crashed. Alright then. So it seems I need to go off and find my child. It is closed. Yes. It's also basically a ladder, and we could get over it very easily, but I presume that it's going to be a bit too difficult for a video game protagonist to manage. Alright then. Do I need to go back, or do I need to go and find some sort of tool?
The place is different.
Is it? Looks exactly the same to me, but I guess that doesn't make me very observant. You know, thus far
Demons! My car is gone. What will I do now?
Yeah, I was just about to say, this seems more like sort of ghostly or demonic horror, rather than Alien Abduction Horror, but I was sold on this being Alien Abduction Horror. I did specifically play it, for I am trying to construct a shotgun of alien abduction at the moment. Not a shotgun of not being able to step over ladders. I've heard of people that won't go under ladders, but people that won't go over ladders are a new one. Alright then, let's tune into the Johnny Carson show and see what's going on in the world. We are in a shed. Or possibly a rave. Can I move about? Yes, I can. And I can get a headache from this visual effect. Okay. What's with the chair? Why are we playing musical chairs on the ceiling, exactly? Since when did that come into fashion? I must have missed that particular headline. What am I meant to do? Am I meant to do anything even, or am I just meant to sit here and admire the circular motion? Or have I got one of the screwy endings already and I haven't even realised it? What? Ah. Okay, I think there's a word in each corner. Already. Hours. You're already hours? Well, I'm not dead yet. The rave ended though, which is on the one hand good. Why is there bullet holes in here? Right, let's see if we can open the door. See if we can see who it is that's been bashing on the door quite so much. Who was bashing?
Nothing happens. It's alright.
Nothing happened yet. Yeah, maybe we're just going a little bit bonkers. Can I open this now? Nope, it's still shut. And I still can't bend my knees enough in order to get past it. Alright then, was all that just a bad dream? Or is the car still missing? Okay, some of the stuff has been moved from here, allowing me to navigate a little more easily. That's very nice. Nice to have the place neat and tidy. I'm going to die somewhere, I wouldn't want it to be somewhere missing.
With this, I could cut the chain.
Ah, alright, fair enough. Again, I still think you could just climb over it, but you know. I'm not going to criticise because you've probably set this up so that you can change something around the front of the building while we get the chain. I stand entirely corrected, that's not why you did it. Okay then. Let's do a bit of menial labour and saw this chain to bits. Huzzah. I never quite understand sawing a chain. Like, surely one piece of metal is roughly, one piece of jagged metal isn't really going to cut through another piece of metal. But what do I know? I'm not a metallurgist. I only know that we've seen a surprisingly small number of aliens thus far. Which is odd, because when we were going down the road and we saw that spaceship flying through the sky,
Where else can I go?
it seemed like the game wasn't going to be massively subtle, or sort of slowly build up the enemy. But this part of the game is moving a little bit more gently, implying that they do want a sort of slow build up, so I'm a little confused as to exactly what they're going for. But it doesn't seem like there's any way that I can get past these blockages, because again, I can't bend my knees. I do seem to have my feet stuck on the floor. Maybe I'm secretly a Dalek. Maybe that's why I can't climb over things, or step over ladders, or anything like that. Okay, is this the way that I came originally? I don't think so. But perhaps this can get me around one of the blockages. No, this seems to be a dead end as well. It is merely a crow. It's excellent for my bird observation diary, but not much good for anything else. Alright then. Perhaps they just want you to wander around for a little bit so that they can eventually put a spook on you. What have we here? Another blockage is the answer to that question. A piece of paper. They are here. I know, I saw them flying through the sky earlier. It was rather exciting.
Mommy! I'm coming, honey. I'm here.
Where she is, though, is beyond me, though. She seemed to be on the other end of a telephone earlier, but seems to have made her way here now. I must say, I applaud the local mining company, which can break down all of these rocks and...
Shit! What happened?
The battery died. Which can break down all the rocks in these pathways without making so much as a crumb of noise. Hello. I can't move. Indeed. So, I has been abducted and now I'm going to be probed. Oh, the joys. Yes, indeed. Set for release next year. How do you get the different endings then? Because it said there were 4 endings in this. How does one get other endings? Because the game moves relatively slowly, and I'm not convinced I want to just sit through the whole thing again for the sake of trying to find another ending. But let me play through it one more time. We'll just see if there's like anywhere else I
November
can go.
1999, somewhere in
Let's try and
South
get a different
America,
ending.
A woman named Anna.
Don't know if this will work or not. We're at the stage where we've just picked up the saw, but instead of going to cut the chain, I'm going off in the direction where the car was. And this time I'm allowed to actually do that.
It's not that high.
Yeah, okay, so there is a different area that we can explore. Somewhere else that we can go. Because thus far I haven't seen any option at all for me to have like any inputs in terms of where we go, any decision that I can make. The only thing that I did notice is in that bit where you're sleeping in the bed and then you get woken up by the person smashing on the door, I noticed that an alien appears. Bit like that.
Why am I here?
I don't know. Maybe because the developer spent a long time creating this car model and wanted to get their money's worth. Afternoon, gentlemen, or possibly ladies, or possibly your androgynous, who honestly knows. You're aliens. You can't really do a jump scare when you've already got 2 aliens in my face, mate. Okay, so that's a different ending. There was another path we could have gone as we were going down that pathway that I turned left and then we dropped down. You could also turn right there, which presumably might get you a different ending. But I'm not going to try and get hold of that ending as well, because you have to go through the entire game again, and the movement speed and the loading screens and all of that jazz move relatively slowly. So yeah, it would take a while to get back through that, but I think there were 2 other endings. I think it said there were 4. So I'm not quite sure how to feel about this. Obviously it's a very early build, so it's just a sort of proof of concept at the moment, so obviously there will be a lot of polishing that will happen, which is good. What I think it could benefit from is 2 things. 1, drop the subtitle of an alien abduction story, because I feel like it sort of gives the game away. Like with the spaceship going through the sky. Get rid of the spaceship going through the sky. This is just what I would do in my personal opinion, obviously. I have no idea what I'm talking about and I'm a royal idiot, but these are just my suggestions. I suggest getting rid of the subtitle and getting rid of the spaceship that goes through the sky, because that gives the game away that it's about alien abduction, and I feel like alien abduction is something which is best left as a little bit of a mystery, so just present it as a sort of a spooky horror experience and then let the player discover as they're going through it that it's about aliens and being abducted. And there's also this bizarre combination of demonic horror and alien horror, because if you replace the alien character models with demons, everything would make sense, but it's just a little odd that the aliens are being combined with things like things falling over and messages appearing on the floor and furniture spinning on the ceiling. Those seem like the hallmarks of sort of demons and possession and that kind of thing, which I feel are sort of 2 separate entities when it comes to horror, and they don't really merge very well. Independently they work fine, but I don't think that aliens and demonic powers sort of merge very well together. I feel like aliens are better explored through their sort of technological and intellectual superiority rather than sort of supernatural powers. But those are just my thoughts. I look forward to seeing where this goes when it gets fully released next year. If the movement speed could be a little bit higher, that would be lovely as well. Or just make it like, see, like skip the cutscenes or something, which I feel like in a normal game maybe that's not too important, but in a game where you've got 4 endings, obviously the person that's going to play it probably 4 times. So maybe it would be nice to be able to hasten the experience along a little. But anyway, that was Stay With Me. I hope you enjoyed it. I rather enjoyed that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to They Are Here, Alien Abduction Horror. Now, I need to be completely frank with you about something. I have not been promised any probing in this game. I haven't been promised that there's none, and I haven't been promised that there is any. It's a bit of a grey area here. Little pun there. Unexplained phenomena occurred in Grayswood Farm on the night of August 7th. The Sherman family witnessed bright lights in the sky that moved at breakneck speed over the cornfields. The lights moved in a random direction and at different speeds. After a while, they vanished. This strange behavior in the sky was observed at the same time, each night, for 5 nights. According to the owner of the farm, all the animals went crazy. The dog became aggressive, trying to attack him and bite him. The children complained that somebody was walking under their windows. Farmer Peter Sherman himself, in the field, saw a strange figure that did not look like a man. What is it? Deliberate deception? Drawing attention to oneself? Or a sensation about an alien invasion? Journalist Tyler Fox travels to Grayswood Farm to take a photo and make a report for a local newspaper. Oh, I think he's going to get abducted by aliens. I hope so. I played another game about alien abduction once, and it was absolutely rubbish and ended up in outtakes. But that was about a year and a half ago, so hopefully this one's much better. Sound design is nice. Sort of effort you wouldn't normally go to. Oh, I have my news van. Task: talk to Farmer Peter Sherman. Yes, I like how Farmer is a title we seem to have given him, like Judge. I find that rather entertaining. Those the lights that they were talking about. Those are a little obvious. I'd imagine that, you know, if there were lights that obvious in the sky, they wouldn't have sent somebody from, what is this, Number One News. They might have sent it instead to, I don't know, the CIA. Does the CIA get involved in... Yes, it's alright, I've seen them. Press left mouse button to take photograph. This is great material for a news report. What are you talking about? It's 3 blobs of blue ink on a grey piece of paper. Okay, judging by the camera there, especially its 1:1 aspect ratio, it must be set in olden times. Ooh, I like this. I like these a lot. There's a lot of detail in those plants, actually. Very nice detail indeed. Am I stepping on eggshells? I do apologise, Mr. Sherman. Right. This is nice. This is spooky. That is also spooky. Right. Do I recognise this house? I think this house might be a pre-build. Farmer's note. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Mr. Fox, we made an appointment, but something bad happened. Our daughter went missing. My wife went to town for help. My son and I went to check out the farm. We'll leave notes for you and the police in case we pass each other. You mean in case we pass over? Okay then, interesting. Inspect the house. I didn't bring a flashlight with me, did I? I can zoom, but none of the other buttons seem to be doing much. I can crouch as well. I didn't see any controls set up when I started. So I'm not sure if there are certain buttons that I should be aware of for pressing that I haven't otherwise seen. Ah, here is the happy family. Lovely stuff. In this photo, the members of the Sherman family. They seem happy and joyous. They also don't really look like farmers. Probably because they don't have big hats on. I don't know what it is about farmers and hats, but they seem to go together like me and food. Ugh, there's no food here. Now very cross and sad. What does this say? They are here. Mysterious sky and object seen here in Orono. I've never heard of a place called Orono before. They may exist, but I don't know. By Ed Matheson. I'm sick. Those were the words used by John King, 23, of Nevermind Whereabouts. He was walking into Bangor police station and told of seeing unidentified flying objects, to which he fired shots from a pistol. Naturally. Aliens from another planet! Intelligent creatures which are capable of space travel have come to visit us. What should we do? I don't know. Assault them? There's old newspapers information about UFOs and crop circles. These phenomena have been used throughout the States for a long time. Why I never knew about this? You just said it's been happening here for a long time, which must mean you knew that it was happening here for a long time. The crop circle mystery. Yes, indeed. Most strange. I agree. Right then. Not nearly as strange as the fact that the dishes have been done. But, alright. Can I go through here? No, this is locked. I can press E. I can press E to crick my neck that way, but I can't press Q to press... Oh, I can press Q to crick my neck that way. I just couldn't at first. It was slightly too stiff, it would say. Right then. This all seems pleasant and happy. Can I have any of these things? No, seemingly not. Here is a nice happy picture of nice happy people. Yes, indeed. Here is a hat which has become quite popular in fashion circles recently due to a television program. Right, there's an excellent little piece of trivia for you, in case you were just trying to blend into the country. Okay, here is a doggy. A happy doggy. Seems to be blending physiologically with a gentleman, which is an interesting state of affairs to find oneself in. But we'll get back to the boudoir in just a second. I want to have a look in here first. Right. This looks like it would be a nightmare to clean. What is that? I have no idea. Is it a banana? It might be a banana. I'm not convinced. A walkie-talkie. Can I have this? Apparently it belongs to the missing girl. If you listen closely, you can hear very strange sounds. Really? What I hear is static. Where I come from, that's not very strange. This is what you get when you turn something on which isn't tuned into anything. I like the lighting outside. Not many people pay much attention to what actually goes on outside of windows, but I'm glad that these developers do. Right, what do we have here? This is my daughter's room. During the night I heard a strange noise. When I came in, she wasn't in her bed, and the window was wide open. I was sure she was abducted by those things. Goodness. Is that her name, Megan? Presumably. And little plungers going up the wall. I'm reminded of Shelter, and that doesn't make me very confident about anyone's survivability. Looks like this drawing was made by the missing daughter of the farmer. The paper is painted on both sides. Oh, that mean alien! It has hurt the doggy. That is extremely unacceptable. I know I was just saying that we shouldn't... You know, I should really put my hand on the correct part of the keyboard. You know, I was just saying that we shouldn't assault these creatures, but if they are murdering your dog, then it's alright. Then you have my blessing to start murdering. Right. Goodness. I've seen that before. That one on the right there. That's like a picture of a person in a costume coming up to like one of those doorbells with a camera in it. I've seen that video before. Goodness. A photo from the internet. Perhaps Peter Sherman saw something similar. It looks creepy. Do you mind? I appreciate the thematically correctness of it, but at the same time, could you stop it? It's very distracting. Give someone epilepsy at this rate. Anything else? A photo from the internet. Yeah. Conveniently blurred out. I think I've seen that picture as well before. I don't think that was about an alien, though. That seems more like a cryptid sort of picture than that. And these ones are your sort of classic, classic Area 51 stuff. Right. Found my old diary. How could I forget that? I saw the aliens! I don't remember, but somehow I'm writing it down anyway. What was that? I'm very scared to go to sleep. Diary text. Today was the most exciting and scariest day of my life. I saw the aliens. My parents think I'm lying, but it's true. So this was presumably from when I was 15 years old. I was going to say, it seemed like a young person was writing this. I was fishing from an abandoned pier on the river. Suddenly I was deafened by a roar coming from behind. I have got to do something about this light. Excuse me for a moment. Right, where were we? Oh yes, that's right, we were fishing on the pier. Suddenly I was deafened by a roar coming from behind. I turned around. Very low, above the ground, a huge disc with 4 flashing lights or windows was hovering. I felt a punch that seemed to throw me into the air. I was frozen there, as if in zero gravity. Everything around me became blindingly bright, and I seemed to lose consciousness. I remember seeing 3 aliens with grey skin and big eyes. I was placed on the tables, as if I was welded to it. They were standing over me. It seemed to me that they communicated with each other telepathically. Either that or they were just quiet ones. Then one of them came over and did something to my head. Well, there are worse things he could have done something to. I don't remember anything else. Reminded me of a few dates, but never mind that. I woke up on the pier later in the evening. I barely made it home. My head was buzzing. I walked home as if in a delirium. That's a big word for a 15-year-old to know. When I got home, I found several cuts on my body and 2 small, very smooth holes behind my ears. What was that? I'm scared to sleep. Why? They didn't come for you when you were asleep. Take a photo of the diary. Brilliant photograph. You can't read any of the words. But alright. What the hell? I feel like we should be outside so we can see this a bit better. Looks like I'm not the only one with gammy electrics. That's better. I wanted to read what was on the computer, but I can't now. What does this say? I've learned a lot about these things. They are called the Greys. They are not little green men, but big, creepy, dangerous creatures. Basically, they can be described in the following ways. A large head, disproportionate to the body. Well, I mean, by our standards, yes, but never mind. 0 hair. Lucky them. That must save them a bit of money on buying razors. Bottomless black eyes, grey skin, long thin limbs. Their voices are like nothing else. These aliens are very aggressive towards people. It all starts with bright lights in the sky towards home, which move along a certain way. Then people start to have a nosebleed and severe headaches and a buzz in their ears. And animals start raging. Next, people have memory lapses. When they come back to normal, they find themselves in unexpected places. For example, in the middle of a field, on a road, a few kilometers away from their home. Some of them have flashbacks of terrible memories. People remember terrifying experiences. The aliens established controls over their mind, and this affected their psyche. They also found marks on their body, incisions to be exact. During palpitation, it felt as if something thick, like a foreign object, was moving under the skin. I don't want any foreign thick things in me, thank you very much. I'm not much of a holiday goer. Right, anything in the cupboard? There's some exciting looking shoes, but that's about the size of it. Right, goodness, what a mess we made. Alright then, let's go out and face the music. Face the monsters. Where's the monster? Is it in the bedroom? No, there's just much mess in here. I'll have another listen on the old walkie-talkie. No, I can hear no alien gurglings and garglings. Oh, yeah, I should also emphasize this is a demo. I should have said that 20 minutes ago, but never mind. Yes, this is a demo. I think the full thing does exist, but yeah, this is just the demo. Okay, this door was locked before. I couldn't go through here before. It's got a bit of a living room with a handprint on the window, implying someone was trying desperately to get out, or possibly desperately trying to get in. Can I interact with this? We have a little tape. Watch a bit on television. I hope this isn't copyrighted. Someone's just lost a game of Pac-Man. Is that the sound of something Is that the sound of something trying to communicate, or is it just having a bit of a rumbly tummy? It's difficult to tell. Speaking of rumbles, there's a very loud rumbling noise going on outside. Some more happy picture. Oh, hang on a minute. This is not a happy picture at all. Probably animals from the Grayswood farm. Oh, so these are like evidence of the you were farming dolphins. Okay, of like damage that the aliens did to the grounds, presumably. Which is odd. That seems a little bit more the Chupacabra's territory than the alien greys. Alright. What note did you leave for me in the bathroom, mate? As a child, headaches began to bother me. They torture me to this day. I went to the doctor dozens of times, but no one could explain the reasons for their occurrences. Now I understand why the doctors could not determine the migraines. The answer is simple: abduction! I only remember the alien abduction when I found my old diary, and then the migraines began. The cuts that I noticed then behind the ears were a trace of them. I'm sure they implanted something in me, some sort of transmitter or implant. Because of this, I forgot everything. I definitely decided that I would get it. I'm not crazy. Course you aren't, mate. Just take one of... Oh, you actually drilled the side of your head open and you got this out. Okay. I genuinely thought you were crazy, but okay. Maybe you're not. I mean, you are crazy for doing that, but maybe you're not crazy because of what you actually succeeded by doing it. Right, am I leaving now? No, I'm not. I'm staying here. I'm going to bed, and I'm not getting out of bed for about 6 years. Any more television to watch? I don't think so. Right then. I suppose we had best leave and see if we can track down the rest of the family. Evening, sir. Did you happen to see anybody pass this way? I hear they are bald. No? You haven't seen anyone? Ah, that's because the Dragonborn has come along and tried to steal everything from your store, hence the bucket on your head. Never mind, I appreciate your neighbourliness trying to help. And now there's 5 of them. Oops. Now one of them's fallen off. The aliens are trying to steal my news van! That's not acceptable! I can't sprint. I can only stumble along. Interesting. Seems like one of the alien spaceships, it seems, has gotten slightly broken. Seems to have fallen out of the sky a bit. I'd best get back in my van, hadn't I? Oh, it's left-hand drive. Of course it's left-hand drive. What am I talking about? Of course it's left-hand drive. Oh, this darned van. I knew I should have got it serviced. I love that we've given up on trying to get the car started. Yeah, I was about to say, at this point I think I'll just get up and run. Aye. In the full game you'll be able to find the large territory of Gateswood Farm and a full story of an alien abduction. Indeed. How cool. A discounted release. Oh, so it's not out yet? Oh, I thought it was out and I was just too cheapskate to buy it. Oh, okay. That's cool. Right. Okay. Upon looking at the Steam page, indeed the rest of the game does not exist yet. It's apparently got a planned release date of 2023. Okie dokie then. Can we see some credits, please? I always like to show those off if we can. Yes, here are some credits. They're not very exciting credits in terms of like their graphical design, but here are some names of some nice people that have probably helped out, or some people who've made resources that have probably helped out. Right. Anyway, yes, this is promising. It suddenly strikes me that I don't actually know what a good alien abduction story or game is supposed to look like. Because every alien abduction story that I've watched as a movie or played as a game has been rubbish. This is by far the most promising one I've seen thus far, but I'm genuinely not entirely sure. I don't know if this is good or not, because I don't actually know what a good one's supposed to look like. which is an interesting little dilemma I've got myself into. I mean, it's quite professionally put together. The sound design is very nice, and I like that it's not afraid of being loud, because I feel like that's very necessary sometimes in a game like this. A lot of games seem to sort of shy away from that for one reason or another, but this game certainly isn't afraid to be a bit loud and spook you a bit. But that was fun. I rather enjoyed that. Interesting little story that it's, I mean, relatively sort of standard backbone to the story, but the fact that the guy wasn't actually crazy and he actually had an implant in his brain, a surprisingly large implant, I would add, right? Because that implant was like half the size of a pen, right? You would think that by the time you can go to space, abduct people with your tractor beams, and then implant stuff into their brain, you would imagine you would have invented a micro USB device by that point. But never mind. I rather enjoyed that, and I hope you did as well. One of two things is now going to happen. Either I'll eventually find another alien abduction story and we'll put these together for a nice little shotgun, or I'll look for another one, not be able to find one, and it will take so long to look for the other shotgun half that the full game will be released, and then now you will watch the rest of the game be played. One of those two things is going to happen, only time will tell which. But till then, I shall say thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and the outro will be interrupted by a beautiful cat that is meowing at me at the moment because she wishes to have some food. So I'm off to feed the cat. So, good night.